there friends, it's Kate and welcome back to my channel, Golden State Educate. It is the 14th week of school. It is November right now and we are really just moving and grooving. I haven't vlogged in a couple weeks because it has been chaotic. The last couple weeks have been a mix of like hectic but also really fun. We went on a field trip, we've had our walkathon, our jogathon, we've had Halloween, we did our Halloween party, we had a Halloween parade. Like, we've really just been doing so much stuff, but intermixed with that, it's also been the end of the first trimester, so I've been assessing all of my students and reassessing them and documenting data and writing their report cards and doing the comments. So it's just been a lot. Luckily, this is only a 4-day week in my life because Friday is Veterans Day, so we do get to have a day off this week, which is going to be so great. And we're just kind of jumping into all of the November related things. So you'll see what we're doing as the week goes on. We're going to be talking a lot about gratitude, of course, also some politics, because technically it's not an election year for a president, but we do vote during this month and during this week in particular. So we're going to be talking about politicians and voting and just doing some fun thankfulness activities this week. So make sure to stay tuned. If you aren't already, hit the red button down below and subscribe to my channel. Are you ready?
Yes.
Experts teach you how to do something. So, have you ever written a how-to writing piece before? Ooh, okay, own version of how he creates stuff in Minecraft. Our goal this week is to learn and create and write about how to make a pizza. How to make a pizza. Let's watch this video. I need to get better at vlogging. After a couple of weeks taking it off, it's like so hard to get back to it, but we're working on it. We just finished up the day. I had my planning. During my planning, I made a couple of anchor charts and just like kind of got some stuff together and like organized, because I'm the kind of person that like at the end of the day, my classroom is like an explosion. And then I need to kind of like gather the pieces. So let me show you these anchor charts. I'll run you through a little bit of what we did today. We had a jam-packed day. We started a multi-digit addition today. We started our new procedural how-to writing unit. We started a new topic in reading. So I don't know what I was thinking this morning when I did like the most casual introduction to this video, because we've done so much. Let me show you. So I still need to change out these. These are still from module 3 and we are in module 4 now. I just made this anchor chart. It's from Amy Grosbeck's planogram. I will have it linked down below. And then I also need to change out these two because our opinion and persuasive writing is over and we are jumping into procedural how-to writing. So you need to choose a topic, list what you need, plan the steps, write the steps, include transition words, and draw pictures. This one I just found on Pinterest, and then I just stuck it up there. Our other anchor chart that we did today was all about politicians, because this is technically election week. Even though we're not voting for a president, we are still gonna do like a mock election in my class. So we learned a little bit about politicians and what they are. We had a whole class discussion about what we already know. They had so many questions about what they want to know, and this chart just turned into a mess. So I'm gonna remake this probably tomorrow. And then for the learned section, I had them go in partners. So they went through, read it with their partners, highlighted the important information about what politicians do and who they are. To find the main idea and key details that we've been working on, and then we listed it on what we learned about politicians. I find interactive read-alouds from a variety of teachers on TPT. This one in particular was from the core coaches, and I love it because it has questions to ask during the reading. and then also some good activities. We didn't get to the activity today, but this will be an extension activity for kids tomorrow. And it's really cool because throughout the book, it shows like different things that teachers do and how presidents do the same thing. So we were able to do a comparison of the similarities between teachers and presidents. Good morning, friends, and happy Tuesday. Last I saw you, it was raining yesterday, and it is literally storming today. It is pouring rain. And when that happens, we have to let the kids in at our contract time, even though normally that's like 15 minutes of like us still getting ready in the morning. So it is 7:40. They're coming in 20 minutes. I have a ton of stuff to do before they come. So I will just like update you as I can throughout the day. So I might not see you guys till the end of the day, but I will touch base with you when I can. We have a really fun art lesson today. We're reading some awesome books for like Native American history and also some more presidential books today. Let's see, we also are supposed to have a science living classroom, which is of course outside in the garden, and of course it's raining, so that's probably gonna get canceled and I will have to think of something else to do. But yeah, hopefully it's still a good day. I'm sure it's gonna be chaotic, but let's do it. So I want you to decide, what is the lightest color that you're gonna start with? For me personally, I'm gonna start with yellow. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna show you and demonstrate on our corn. We're gonna be responsible and respectful with our brushes, so we're just gonna dab, dab, dab it. We're not gonna smash it. Now we're gonna do something called color mapping. Color mapping is when you place all of the one color in all of the places that you're going to want it. So maybe I want this box to be yellow and that one. And then maybe this box, I'm color mapping. Not all the boxes are yellow because the corn is all different colors, but I'm just gonna move my yellow around and decide where I want it to be. Just like we did with our yellow, when it's time to switch for your second lightest, your next lightest color, you're gonna load it up.
Soaking so much.
As you can see, we did a mystery science making bird feeders. Our science, outside garden science, was in fact canceled. So we made these fun bird feeders, but it was a lot. I also forgot it was a kid's birthday, and of course he had goodie bags to pass out. I had 2 mom volunteers helping out, but even then it was a lot. Let me show you my classroom right now. We didn't have enough time to clean up because we were already 7 minutes late, and I just didn't need it to look any more chaotic than it already was upon us trying to leave. And everyone was like, can we help you clean up? And I was like, honestly, no. So I'm gonna clean this disaster of a classroom, and then I'll touch base with you guys about all of the things that we did today. We had some high points, we had some low points, we had lots of rain, but we did it. All right, so it's only 4:20, but it seriously feels like it's midnight outside because we've had the time change. It feels like nighttime and nobody's here. I feel like it's extremely late, but it's only like not even 4:30 yet. So I cleaned up my classroom. It's looking so much better in terms of all the stuff on the ground. I will have the kiddos pick that up tomorrow because no way I will be crawling on the ground to pick up tiny little pieces of paper. Let me run you through our day. We did so much today, you guys. We voted, we did a reading activity, we did our pizza writing, we did that crazy bird feeder project, we did our phonics routine, we did an art project. Like, I cannot believe this has all happened like within the same day. So our trait of the month is gratitude. Last week we read The Grateful Ninja, and we've been referencing back to that. And then this week we read We Are Grateful. We read it yesterday, and I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Osiligale. And it is a Cherokee book of gratitude. During our art block today, I thought it would be really fun to make like a colorful Native American corn. So this is mine. It's super easy. We just made the corn on watercolor paper. This was the one that I practiced with them. So we made the corn shape. It kind of looks like a carrot, but that's okay. We made the corn shape and then we put the grids. Then we went through with watercolors. I took a video of this, so I'll show you guys that right here. And then we made the little corn husk leaves or whatever. And like, I thought this was really cute. I thought this was really creative. I showed them some pictures of Native American corn. And here are theirs. So they're cute. They just look a little bit silly. So they're gonna keep me laughing. I hung all of these up and then I stepped back and just like absolutely bursted out laughing because they're so funny looking up there. Our Gustavo, the ghosts for Halloween, were up there originally. And I just really like hanging stuff up here, but these are just awkward, to be honest. After we came back from lunch, we did writing. We kept working on our how-to writing. We practiced making a list of all of the materials that you need to build a pizza or to make a pizza. And then we practiced using transition words like to begin with, or after that, or soon later, or later on, finally, in the end. So we just did a couple of graphic organizers with that, but our corn took a little bit longer because we watercolored it, and then after lunch we had to like cut it and glue it together. So we didn't have as much writing time today. And then we did reading, which was super fun. We kept talking about what a politician is and who they are and what they do. Then we read Duck for President, which was such a funny book. This has been around for forever. I actually got it from my partner teachers next door who are retiring. So they are giving me like a bunch of their books. And Duck for President was such a hit. Like I talked about already, I got this bundle from the core coaches. So if you want to see all of the activities that we did with this book, I will have that resource linked on TPT. And then we voted. Here is our little voting station. They just came over here. I called them up one at a time and they grabbed their little ballot. And then they just checked off who they wanted. So their choices were me, the duck, because we read Your Teacher for President and Duck for President, and then they could also vote in, and then they just put their little ballot in here. The ballots are also a freebie on TPT. By this point, election week is over, but you can still do it with your class if you're doing like, I don't know, maybe voting for a class president or doing some other kind of voting. It was really fun for them. None of them had heard of a ballot or seen a ballot or like knew about how to register to vote. So that was super cute and fun. Next year, I think I want to make like a really big deal out of it and make it like a lot bigger. But for this year, it was just super basic. Happy to report that I won. I am the second grade president, according to my class. So that was really cute. That was really fun. We went on to watch the mystery science about making bird feeders. We made our bird feeders. Thank God those moms came to help, because that would have been, I honestly probably would have been crying at the end of the day because it was so much. We just set up a station of all of the bird feeder supplies that they could use to make it. We called kids up, but then like the actual building took a lot of time. I designated a full hour for the lesson. So between the parents coming, us watching the mystery science videos, planning what we were going to make, and then building it. But somehow like the 30 minutes of us trying to build them was somehow still not enough. So some kids just went home with like a grocery bag of like all the supplies that I had given them, and they're gonna try again at home. You guys, I am so talked out. Tomorrow is going to be a pretty quick day for us. Thursday is a short day and we don't have school on Friday. So we are already halfway through the week. Thank goodness. I will see you guys tomorrow. Good morning, friends. Happy Wednesday. We've made it to the middle of the week, but it's a short week, so it's kind of like Thursday, which I'm super excited about. It's finally a beautiful day again. It's not raining. And just 3 days of rain really just like shows me that I could never live in a place where it rains. I live in Northern California now, but I grew up in Southern California. So I lived in the sunshine until I was like 17 when I moved up here. And it's a lot different of a climate. Like it definitely rains a lot more here, but this is like as much as I can do. I think we get like maybe 60 or 70 days of rainfall, and the fact that there's places that 1, it snows, or 2, it rains like half of the year, I would be incredibly miserable. So in other news, today is a big day in 2nd grade. We are introducing regrouping with the standard algorithm today. So, we've got a lot going on. Hopefully it's a relatively relaxed day. We don't have to have inside recess or lunch, which is going to be incredible. We are going to do a compare and contrast with our political books that we've been reading, and we're also going to do a little writing about what makes a good president, and the kiddos are going to write about the 2 laws that they would have at school if they were our class president. I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. All right, everybody, teach me, what do I do? Good job. Hi guys, so it is lunch right now. We've had a really lovely day. I was in such a great mood this morning. It's still sunny and beautiful outside, and I'm just things are going well. We started regrouping. So we've been doing like 3-digit and 2-digit addition and subtraction, but there's always been like more on top and we could easily add and subtract. But today we started carrying it over or regrouping. And I've been really into whole brain teaching this year, like creating different chants and songs and things like that to just kind of cement our learning. So the funniest thing, I've gotten some messages about this on Instagram and just some messages in the past, like where these songs are from. I literally come up with them on the spot. Today, I had no idea that this was gonna happen, but I made a little song, a little dance, a little chant for regrouping. I loved it, they loved it, they taught it to each other. So I came up with it, I taught it on the spot, I taught it to them, we did it all together. They practiced it with the person sitting next to them. And then when they were doing their problem set for math, they were singing it to themselves and it went so well. This is such a tricky standard for so many of them. And then also a lot of my higher academic kids just know how to do it, but don't know the steps of why. So this just went really well for us. So this is the paper that I taught it with. I didn't give them the paper until I did this one. So I did this one, they watched me do it, we talked about the steps, and this is kind of when we created this song and chant that went with it, because I was writing down the steps as we went and then put it into a little song. Then I gave them their papers and we all did this one together. This went really well. We did the song that went with it. They taught their partners the song. And then this one I had them do on their own and I kind of walked around, but I saw a lot of mistakes. So halfway through we stopped. And then we looked at our work and we did it all together. And then this last one they all did by themselves. So this is kind of how I've been doing gradual release with a whole group model in math. Once they did that, some of them did this independently, others I pulled back just depending on how they did the whole group math part. And then their extension for those who were ready went back to their pink packet. So right now we have our blue packet and our pink packet, and very soon they will also have a green packet. Because all of this pink one is just addition strategies for the most part. And then we're gonna move on and do subtraction strategies. Yesterday we did our writing, and I feel like they kind of all get the concept of how to, we've talked about how to make a pizza, we've watched a lot of videos about it. So I'm kind of feeling like the writing is a little bit redundant, or I guess the writing is just different than how I've taught writing in the previous units. It's just structured very differently, so I feel like that was kind of throwing them off. So I think today we're gonna start writing whole group, and then I'm gonna break it out like how I did in previous videos. I have my highest group are squares, and they can pretty much just write it on their own. My on grade level kids they have the ideas, but getting them onto the paper in a coherent way is difficult for them. And then my lowest group are kids who are like really early readers, really early writers, still learning how. So I think I'll have my highest group just go for it and try to fill out the rest of what we started. All we got through was writing the transition words. We didn't do steps, we didn't do anything else. So I think I'm gonna have my higher group, my squares, do this. While I go through slower with my triangles, who are my students that are on grade level. And then at the very end, I'll pull my circles, who are my lowest writing level, And we'll just do like a very simplified version. I found this blog post from Stories by Story. I love her. I use a lot of her resources, and I just saw her how-to writing, which is weird because this didn't come up when I searched it on TPT, but I found her blog post for it, and I'm working on printing out specifically these action words. We used these transition words the other day, and now we are working on adding more. So today we will write the steps that we need to make a pizza. We will watch this video, which is from Teaching Without Frills on YouTube and Instagram. And then we will write the steps using action words and complete sentences. So we are going to talk about action words, how they are used to describe your steps to help explain. And some examples would be like spread the sauce, sprinkle the cheese. So we have our action words, and then this is what we worked on the other day. So they have their transition words. They just need to work on using action words to describe the steps. So hopefully this goes well. After lunch was magical. We had the best after lunch today, and I'm so glad that I decided to like work or revert back to what I was doing for writing, because that was just working so much better. And I don't know why I just like forgot to do it like that, or like I didn't structure it the same way, and my class fell apart. And I was like, why did they fall apart? Oh, right, because I changed the structure of writing. Silly me. We talked about action words, and I gave them like the little chart of action words, and I let my squares just go for it. They did all the steps for writing a pizza. They did a great job. Then I did my triangles. I had them meet with me on the carpet, and we worked through a bunch of different options for everyone. So we had our transition words, and then we just sat right here and talked through everyone's different options. I gave them a choice of like 3 different transition words. So like if it was the first step, it would be like prepare the crust, or bake the crust, or roll out the crust. So I gave them those 3 to choose from. So it was like kind of choice, but also structured choice. And they finished the entire sheet. And then I recorded my smallest group, my circles. I recorded that, so I'll see what that looks like and maybe put it here. But again, just like super broken down, really basic for them. Everybody finished that, and then they had their ketchup, mustard, and mayo. So what they had to finish, what they could finish if they were done, and then their mayo choices at the very end. The last part of our day was really fun. We watched the read aloud Grace for President. So we all together this week, we did Your Teacher for President, Duck for President, and Grace for President. And then we voted on which book we liked the best. Most of the kids voted for Duck for President, but Grace for President is my favorite. I don't actually have this book, but we did watch it on YouTube. Then we made a list of qualities that make a good president, or things that presidents do that make them good presidents. And then we also put rules as a class president if they were going to be the president of our class. Then we turned it into this cute little writing. So the sentence stem was, as class president, I would. And then they had to choose 1 or 2 of these things that make a good president. And then they had first, I would, and then also I would as their second transition. So mine just said, as class president, I would be kind to all and be a problem solver. First, I would give free donuts every day. Also, I would make sure we had free choice every day. So super easy, super simple end of our day, but this went so well, and they had a blast making these. Good morning, friends, and happy Thursday. But also happy Friday, because it's our last day this week. Today is a big day. It's our minimum day. So today is already kind of shot anyway. We have PE. So pretty much all we're doing is our morning routine, reading groups, and phonics. And then during recess, I'm going to prep for our How to Make a Pizza party. And I have all of the supplies. I bought them last night. If you don't already follow me on Instagram, you should. It's at Golden State Educate. And I was like posting a bunch of stuff last night about like, do you think we should make pizza? Do we have enough time to make pizza? Do you think this is gonna be totally crazy? But honestly, like with the group that I have and with the plan that I have, I think it's gonna be fine. They're not all gonna make their own pizza. They're gonna make a partner pizza. So I'm gonna have to make 12 pizzas. While they're at PE, I should be able to cook all of them. They only take like 8 minutes, and the crust is already made. So I'm thinking like I could probably cook like 4 at a time and be done. They're at PE for 40 minutes. And I think it'll be reasonable. I really hope it works out, or else it'll be like a flop. But luckily all the supplies was only like 40 bucks. I got little tablecloths. We're gonna have like a little pizza shop thing on our TV. So I think it should be a good day. So this is nice. This is already a group of 6. So like they'll make a pizza, they will, and they will. And then same with this. This is already a group of 6. So pizza, pizza, pizza. And then I have my 4s in the back, but I'm thinking I will just split either probably this table and stack it. So that way it's 6 and 6 over here. And then I'll just have my 4 little pizza making stations. And in my head, it's not too bad. So hopefully in real life, it's not too bad. So I'm obviously not doing it just yet, but I just tested it out to see if it'll work, and it totally does. I'll probably just tape these edges down. And I just got 4 tablecloths from the Dollar Tree, and they're $1.25 each. So totally cheap and easy. All of these bowls are also from Dollar Tree. You get 10 for $1. So I will just have like each station will have their cheese, their sauce, their cheese, their sauce, their cheese, their sauce. And then each like table group will probably get like a bowl of pepperoni if they want to add pepperoni. And this will work out really nicely. This is like the perfect size for these 3 tables. 15 minutes to set this up. We've got our little pizza shop going. I told the kids that we were gonna do math and just have like a regular mid-morning time. So when they come back inside, they're gonna be so surprised. I have all of them, like had them clean their tables off, and they were a little bit curious about why. So I'm gonna set you guys up, do a time lapse, and get going. It's gonna be so fun. If you so not on the whole thing, just on your half. It's a partner pizza. Ooh, I can tell some of us like a lot of sauce. We got some saucy friends in here. Oh, you guys like the same amount of sauce, it seems like. Hands in the air. Don't put them on your head. So, I want to tell you a thing about cheese.
What?
The thing about cheese is cheese melts. Quickly. So if you cover your entire half with cheese, it's gonna be a mess. You don't actually need that much cheese.
We actually put a lot. I'm gonna make a face on my half with cheese.
Maybe you want to make a face on your half with cheese, but just want to let you know, maybe you're cheesy. Maybe you love cheese. Maybe you love cheese so much. Maybe you love cheese so much and you want it to be really gooey and cheesy and messy. But a little bit of cheese goes a really long way. A little sprinkle is gonna melt and spread out. So if you don't really like cheese, you don't have to cover it. You don't have to cover up all the sauce. If you can't see any sauce,
I can see.
That means it's gonna be real cheesy. So just think about that. And fold them in. Perfect. Give yourselves a round of applause. We did it! I'm so excited, you guys. It went so well. It was so fun. It was actually pretty calm for the most part. So I had all the desks set up, had our screen up. I had them all come inside after recess and sit on their carpet dots. I showed them where they were sitting and all of their supplies. And we went really slow, step by step. Sorry, I'm out of breath because I just took them out to PE and then came back. But it went really well. I really tried to go as slow as possible without it being like too slow and boring because they were partner pizzas. So they switched off who was going to use the spoon to put their sauce on. And then they shared the cheese and sprinkled the cheese on. And I had them make their half. And then I gave them a paper plate and they wrote their name on their plate. So when I cut the pizza, I know where to put it. It's already labeled. And then, so each person has their own plate, and then they have their shared pizza plate. So this is what it looks like. I'm Kate, obviously, and my coworker's name is Michelle. So I modeled it with Kate and Michelle, and then all of them put their names on their pizza and then put their half on the side that matched their name. And look at how cute they turned out. They're all so different. And then I'm kind of covering up their names, but I mapped out our oven. So round 1 and round 2, because they won't all cook at the same time. And I'm going to organize them based on the tiers of this rolling cart. So I'll do all the people on the top of the oven for the first round, the bottom of the oven for the second round, and the last round is just gonna fit everybody else that didn't fit in the first 2 rounds. And I called the secretary and she already preheated the oven for us. So I'm gonna walk these over in the cart. Hi everyone, happy Friday. I'm sure this is shocking going from like putting the pizzas in the oven to this clip now. I filmed like a whole outro for this video in my classroom. Well, I thought I did, and I am editing the video together right now, and I guess I never pressed record because I don't have that video. And then if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen like how everything went because I was updating Instagram last night. But the pizzas went so well. I didn't do a very good job of like filming the process of taking them out and like sorting them on the plates and cutting them, because our PTA surprised us with like a staff celebration lunch. So I put those pizzas in the oven, and not but 5 minutes later, like literally like 15 PTA parents were in our staff lounge, like setting everything up. And I was just sitting there like cutting 12 pizzas. So I was not going to film that process, but you guys, it turned out so well. We had 6 pizzas on top and 6 pizzas on the bottom. I didn't think that they would all fit, but they did. So I didn't even need to do 2 rounds. I just put them all in there. And since the crust is already made, they were supposed to take like 8 minutes to cook 1 pizza. But since they were all in there, it took about 16 minutes. But still really, really fast. I popped them all in, I pulled them out, I let them cool on their like shared partner plates that I showed you for like 5 or 6 minutes. I cut them up and then I split them up onto the kids' labeled designated plates. I put all the plates back on that rolling cart and I rolled them out to our cafeteria, like benches area, and picked them up from PE. And it was such a special time. Like the timing couldn't have been better. We had a perfect amount of time after PE and before the dismissal bell rang. We had like 18 minutes to like eat our pizzas together and celebrate. It was the best day. Our fourth grade teachers had like dismissal duty in the parking lot, and they said my whole class was just like gushing about how it was the best day ever and how much they loved making their pizzas. So I'm hoping, my goal with this was to create like a core memory. I remember so much stuff from elementary school, and especially all like the really fun things that our teachers did for us. And my goal as a teacher is to make it fun and structured at the same time. And I think that's what we did. So hopefully we can keep doing this every year. Making pizzas with my class was such a hit. I'm already starting to think like maybe we can do like a how to make a pie or something and make like little individual pies next time. But anywho, it was so great. Thanks so much for watching this video. Sorry that this is like a low budget outro, but you know, doing what we can. And then I'm editing this video today on Friday since we have the day off, which was so nice to get to sleep in on a Friday. I feel like I'm like doing something bad, but it feels so good. So hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't already, please make sure to hit the red button down below and subscribe to my channel. Like this video if you like it, and leave a comment down below if you've ever tried to like do a big cooking project with your class. I would love to know how it went. This is the first time I ever did something like this, and we just kind of rolled with it and it went super well. So leaving the week and going into the long weekend on a high note, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye everyone.